The sun rose over the small village of Orion, casting golden light on a simple potter named Eli. He worked tirelessly shaping clay, but his heart ached for a purpose greater than the routine of his quiet life. One evening, as he stared at the horizon, a brilliant light appeared, and a voice filled the air. It was Aurea, the goddess of life and renewal. "Eli," she said, "the land is in peril, consumed by darkness. You have been chosen to bring salvation to our world." Eli was stunned. "Why me?" he asked. Aurea smiled warmly. "Salvation is not for the mighty alone. It is born from faith, courage, and compassion, qualities you already possess." Though fear gripped him, Eli nodded. "I will do what I can." Aurea handed him a shard of pottery glowing faintly. "This is the gift of growth. It will guide you when your path seems unclear." Eli left his home, following the light of the shard as it pulsed softly in his hands. His first trial led him through a dense forest, its towering trees whispering secrets of ages past. In the heart of the woods, he encountered a massive wolf blocking his path. Its eyes gleamed with intelligence, and it spoke with a voice deep as thunder. "Why do you disturb this sacred place?" Eli explained his mission, and the wolf, named Kale, revealed itself to be a guardian spirit of the forest. "Your courage intrigues me, mortal," Kale said, "but this journey is fraught with peril. I will guide you, for now. But your resolve must prove unshakable." The forest opened into a vast desert, where the heat bore down mercilessly. Eli's strength waned as he trudged through the shifting sands. One day, he saw a figure ahead sitting beneath a shimmering canopy. The figure beckoned him closer, but as Eli approached, it vanished, leaving only footprints. He followed the trail to a stone outcrop, where the god Kale, master of trials, awaited. Kale's form was radiant, his voice as fierce as the desert sun. "Mortal, you seek salvation, but do you have the endurance to claim it? Step into the forge of truth and be tested." Eli entered a swirling portal of heat and found himself in a glowing forge, surrounded by molten rivers. Kale commanded him to shape a blade from raw metal. Though Eli was no blacksmith, he took up the hammer and worked tirelessly. The heat tested his limits, but he refused to yield. With every strike, the metal transformed, becoming a gleaming sword. Kale appeared, his expression one of approval. "You have been tempered by fire just as this blade has. Take it, and with it the gift of endurance." Eli emerged from the desert stronger, the sword a symbol of his resilience. His next trial led him to the Sea of Stars, a vast expanse of glowing waters reflecting the heavens above. As he rode across the ethereal sea, a figure of light appeared, Elora, goddess of guidance. "This sea reflects your soul, mortal," she said. "To cross it, you must confront the illusions within." Visions of failure and despair rose from the waters, but Eli stood firm, clutching the sword and remembering the gifts of the gods. "These fears are not my truth," he declared. The illusions dissolved, and Elora smiled. She handed him a crystal pulsating with light. "This is the gift of guidance. Use it to illuminate your path when darkness clouds your way." The sea carried him to the celestial spire, a towering structure reaching into the sky. There, Solon, the god of light, awaited. His presence was overwhelming, radiating warmth and power. "To ascend, you must leave behind your doubts and fears," Solon said. Eli climbed the endless spiral staircase, each step testing his will. At the summit, Solon commanded him to leap into the unknown. Though fear gripped him, Eli trusted the divine guidance he had received. He stepped off the edge and was caught by beams of golden light, gently carrying him to a new realm. He landed in the Vale of Unity, a serene valley filled with vibrant life. Lumina, a guide sent by the gods, greeted him. "Salvation is not achieved alone," she said. "You must gather allies for the final battle." Eli met Ignis, a fiery being of strength, Serena, a healer radiating wisdom, and Zephyr, swift as the wind. Together they prepared for the Shadow King, training in unity and refining their powers. Their journey led them to the abyss of despair, a realm of consuming darkness. The air was thick with fear, and cries of lost souls echoed in the distance. The Shadow King's presence loomed, his voice mocking them. "You think unity can defeat my eternal darkness?" The battle began, fierce and unrelenting. Ignis's flames pushed back the shadows. Serena's healing light shielded the group, and Zephyr's winds disrupted the enemy's attacks. Eli's sword, glowing with the gifts of the gods, became a beacon of hope. As he struck the Shadow King, the blade's light seared through the darkness, creating a rift in the abyss. The Shadow King, weakened, pleaded for mercy. "I'm a fragment of fear and despair, cast into this abyss. Will you condemn me further?" Eli hesitated but remembered Serena's words. "Salvation is for all, even the lost. You must surrender your hatred and embrace the light," Eli said. The Shadow King accepted, his darkness dissolving into faint light. The abyss transformed into a realm of peace, its jagged terrain blooming with life. The gods appeared, praising Eli's courage and compassion. Aurea placed a crown of light on his head. "You have brought salvation to our world," she said. Eli returned to his village, where the people marveled at his transformation. He was no longer the simple potter, but a beacon of hope. As the first rays of dawn broke, Eli whispered a prayer of gratitude, knowing the light he carried would shine forever. When Eli returned to the village, the gentle glow of the crown upon his head left everyone in awe. Children ran to him with bright, curious eyes, while the elders bowed their heads, feeling a profound peace they had not known in years. Eli was no longer just the humble potter they had once known. He had become a living symbol of hope, a reminder that even the most ordinary among them could achieve extraordinary things through faith and purpose. But for Eli, his victory was not simply about defeating the Shadow King or restoring the land of Orion. He realized that his journey had been a profound lesson in courage, forgiveness, and the strength of unity. Sitting by the fire on the night of his return, he began to recount his story to the villagers. When he spoke of his final encounter with the Shadow King, his voice softened. "The Shadow King was not the true enemy," Eli said, his gaze sweeping over the gathered crowd. "He was a reflection of fear, pain, and despair. The same struggles we all face in our hearts. But when we choose to embrace the light, we not only save ourselves, but also those who are lost in the darkness." The next morning, Eli began work on building a small temple at the center of the village, a place where the light of the gods could continue to shine. The temple was not only a sanctuary for worship, but also a space for learning and sharing the lessons from Eli's journey, how to live with faith, overcome challenges, and help one another. People from neighboring villages came to hear his story, leaving inspired to bring the light of hope back to their own homes. Over the years, Eli became a quiet guide in his community, more a teacher than a hero. He taught the children how to shape clay, not just to pass on his craft, but to teach patience, creativity, and resilience. The crown of light he had worn was placed on an altar within the temple, a glowing reminder of the salvation brought by the gods and the unity of all who walked in the light. One morning, as the sun rose and its golden rays filtered through the village trees, Eli sat in front of the temple and looked out toward the horizon. The sky was vast and endless, a canvas of possibility, and he felt a deep sense of peace. "My journey hasn't truly ended," he thought. "The light gifted to me will continue to flow through every soul it touches, like a river that never runs dry." As the years passed, Eli's story spread across the land of Orion, kindling hope in the hearts of the weary and the lost. Though he had started as an ordinary potter, His journey reminded everyone that within each person lies the strength to change the world with faith, unity, and the light of love.
If this message resonates with you, hit that like button and let the universe know you're ready for your breakthrough. Subscribe to our channel for more transformative insights and guidance on your journey to abundance. Share this video with friends and family who need to hear this today. Let's amplify our positive energy together. Your engagement not only helps us grow but also strengthens the cosmic energy we are building as a community. Together, we can uplift each other and manifest our dreams into reality, one positive action at a time.